Lions are formidable predators and undoubtedly one of the most iconic Panthera big cats. Just like tigers' mesmerizing stripes, so does lion's tough tail, mighty roar, and bushy mane, became the trademark of the species, being impossible to confuse or mistake for any other felidae. These huge panthers can weigh up to 300 kilograms in especially large males, or up to 180 kilograms in females. Only social big cats, these majestic beasts live in groups, or packs, called prides with complex, but generally set social hierarchy, with most males being the protectors of the clan and most females being primary hunters. But the roles can fluctuate depending on the age and status of the individual. For example, older, weaker specimen can be conquered and replaced by newcomers. Likewise, banishments from prides also occur. It's not uncommon for stronger dominant males who enter the pride to not only banish weaker males, but also kill off all their offsprings, therefore leaving only themselves as potential fathers of future offspring. Brutal? Yes, but for the lion, it means securing their own position and making sure their bloodline remains. On the other hand, female lions were observed to raise their cubs cooperatively, and entire group of females raising cubs of all of them, or babysitting cubs of another female in a clan is not uncommon. Social ties of these big cats are pretty strong, and sightings of lions mourning their dead ones are not unheard of. As a rule of thumb, lions live, eat, sleep, congregate and hunt in groups, hunting prey much bigger than themselves, tackling it from many sides with each member doing their job and subduing prey, although they also can and do hunt smaller prey, like baby antelopes, on their own. Lions are almost uniformly colored, with the exception being spots on the lower limbs of both genders, the darker brush on the end of their tails, brighter patches on the back of their ears, to serve as a decoy, as well as males' manes that can grow darker, almost black as the cat ages. The more testosterone a lion has, the bigger, bushier and darker the mane will be. Hence, some cases of female lions with high testosterone levels, growing male-like manes exist. Sometimes, leucistic specimen, known as white linos, are born. These specimen of Panthera leo are developing normally, without any neurological or physical defects, and can thrive and hunt on their own. But because their much lighter coloration gives them away easier, they are less successful hunters than their tawny-colored family members. Once common across Africa, Asia, and Europe, the modern population of lions is restricted to the Saharan Africa and small part of Asia, like India. The rest was whipped out by a mixture of human influence, territory conflict, hunting etc., as well as climate. Modern-day Europe is too cold for lions to function properly. Their numerous pack structure, however, remains. Biggest Panthera in their home range, followed by spotted leopard, and leading a social life, much unlike other solitary felines. These beings gained a notorious role in myths, legends, and beliefs of many, both in its current habitat location, as well as in Europe where they now went extinct. In ancient Greece, a legend of the indestructible Nemean lion, whose hide was impossible to penetrate by any weapon, exists and is well known to mythology fans. A famed demigod and hero, Hercules used his godlike strength to suffocate the beast, then tore off its skin and wore it as an armor from that moment on. In Africa, many legends of lions exist. Some say the healers and shamans of the Juhon tribe can either astrally or physically transform into lions. A healer named Nodope claims that the transformation is physical. He describes seeing the practitioner's ears, hands, face, legs and even vocal cords transforming, and the only thing that can tell a lion apart from a lion shaman is the features of the lion's face. Another healer from the same tribe, Kakis, claims that the change is only spiritual and the shamans enter the state of altered consciousness, but do not physically change. This, on the other hand, is countered by another member of the Juhon tribe named Wana, who firmly believes the change is literal and explains that if a shaman in a form of a lion is wounded, returning to human form would kill him or her, and only other shamans can see them for who they are. Others would just see lion. A trance dancer of the same tribe, Mr. Cheo Matsa, claims to be able to transform and describes feeling the transformation to be tangible, and other people as being able to see him after the transformation, not as a human, but as a lion. Whether this is an illusion or physical act of shapeshifting is unknown, and the man doesn't seem to pay attention to such details. He feels transforming, others see him as transformed, so it works. So the opinions are varied and often contradictory and are more based on who believes in what version of the story. Among the Juhoansi people, the opinions vary from healer to healer and from shaman to shaman. Some swear by the physical transformation, others claim they only saw shamans leaving their body and astral traveling in the form of spirit lion, but never witnessed actual change. I imagine people really skilled in this art like to keep to themselves, especially in the modern age. Some African tribes and cities believe that some very mighty and powerful people, like deceased kings, can after their earthly deaths, come back in the form of lions and viewed them as ancestral animals. This belief took even greater hold in Tsavo during the building of a railway from Kenya to Uganda in 1898. Two male lions started attacking people around and in the camp for the workers. At first the attacks were irregular, but soon started happening daily, and there was not a single day some worker wouldn't be mauled, eaten or at least wounded by the duo. Because not even picked fences could stop the determined lions from attacking, locals started to believe that they were in fact two deceased kings, who came back as lions, or were lions, and now punished the foreigners for destroying their fathers' lands. The attacks and deaths continued, until a British Colonel John Henry Patterson managed to shot and kill the two abnormally large males. Later medical examination revealed that the same gene that caused the males to be maleless could also damage and weaken their teeth, leading them to seek humans as easier prey. But the legends about vengeful kings remains. In the areas where lion and leopard attacks are very common, a belief in spirit leopards and spirit lions persists, claiming that spirit lions or vengeful spirits in the form of lions kill more people than regular lions. Others claim these are not totemic forces, but sorcerers in the lion forms attacking and mauling people who wronged them. Real-life clans of lion men exist of trance workers who wear lion hides and attack people much like lions do, but have no supernatural power. Key difference was said to be witches in the form of lions, as well as real lions were vulnerable to conventional weapons, but spirit lions, for example the aforementioned deceased kings of Tsavo, were said to be immune to bullets and arrows alike. Some African legends speak about the Nunda, also called Mungwa, who was said to be bigger and more ferocious than a lion, but faster and more agile than leopard. Some claim the creature to be a shape-shifting sorcerer or creature that can masquerade as a human, or transform into its real, giant and monstrous form, to attack and kill. But no scientific evidence for this being were found yet. There exists an African book that allegedly describes a way a sorcerer can transform into an eagle, a snake, or indeed a lion. Sadly, the book is written in an alphabet completely alien to me, and at that moment I cannot even recall its proper name. I have found one page allegedly dedicated to the practice, but was unable to decipher a single letter. So, yeah. The book is said to be illegal to own as well. All in all, lions are really phenomenal animals, and no wonder so many legends of myth, power, and magic abound with them. Their uniqueness is undeniable. Team Lion? Team Tiger? Team Jaguar? Nope. I'm Team All Big Cats. But it's impossible to deny lions their iconic majesty. Another interesting fact is that lions may slowly evolve from marine environments. A population from Namibia moved to the coastal beach areas, where they hunt seals and fish, as the natural food source in their native savannas is slowly depleting. So, in lack of their normal prey, they moved on to marine one. Very interesting adaptation, and very interesting how it will unravel.